Would you drink this water if I told you it was from a mine pit lake? You'd probably want a bit more information first, right? Like, what's in it? What's a mine pit lake? Let's start with the easy answer. Mine pit lakes are open-cut mines that fill with water. In Western Australia, this typically happens when an open-cut mine goes below the groundwater table. You have to pump the water out while you're mining. When mining is completed and the pumping stops, the water begins to fill back into the pit void. So this brings us to the second question. What's the water quality like? This is a much harder question to answer. Pit lakes are not like normal lakes. It can take hundreds of years for the water level to stabilise, and the newly exposed rock walls can be reactive with the air and the water. To help fill this knowledge gap, we collected rock and water samples from 26 pit lakes around Western Australia. We used this information to understand how groundwater quality and pit wall geology influence pit lake water quality. We also compared pit lake water quality to a whole range of guidelines for recreation, aquatic health, aquaculture, and for drinking. And of the 28 parameters we could measure, we actually found 2 pit lakes that met the Australian drinking water guidelines. So there are definitely pit lakes out there with high quality water that could be used for a whole range of purposes. And finding new uses for pit lakes and their water is really important because right now, Western Australia, and indeed the world face challenges with mine closure. We have over 58,000 neglected mines in Australia, over 20,000 in Western Australia. To reduce this number, we need to change how we approach mine closure. Currently, the easiest way is to return a mine site to its pre-mining condition, but this is not possible if you have a mine pit lake. In this context, if we could reimagine pit lakes as a valuable asset that could be used for recreation, aquaculture, agriculture, or even sustainable power generation, then we have the potential to develop value for a community long after mining has gone. So ChemCentre is leading an innovative Australia-wide project that seeks to transform how we view mine pit lakes. Our project will be the first to consider regulatory, technical, and social barriers to pit lake reuse. We will develop guidance for pit lake modelling and risk assessment, and we'll also partner with traditional owners, regional communities, industry and regulators to develop a shared understanding of the opportunities and the risks for pit lakes after mine closure. So, would I drink the water from a pit lake? Well, it would certainly depend on the pit lake in question. But I'm excited to be involved in research that has the potential to fundamentally change mine closure practices both here in WA and around the world. Cheers!